Yo, Killer. Yo, Mace. It's about time, my nigga. Let's do it again. You know what it is.
Hello, I was selling crack on a private jet. I've been a hell of back. No confusion. It's a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. Counting money. He said, can't be in the hell with that. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches.
Welcome back.
Jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white figures. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more
chandeliers and light fixtures. I don't like niggas. What's wrong with me? I'm a rat nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support this show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your host, soon to be Mace, Cam, and our analyst, Maurice Claret.
Mo, what's happening, man?
What's that name?
Everything, baby, everything. Life is great as usual. Like I say,
cocaine what?
Cocaine white.
oh, you know, seasonal. Every time the cocaine cowboys cowboys rock the shirt.
Yeah. Send me a few of those. And send them to Mike Irvin, too. Yeah. Got out of it for Mike, baby.
I'ma get some.
Cocaine Cowboys, man.
I'ma get some, my nigga.
I'm keeping 100, man. I didn't ask
Actually,
Mike
nah,
this.
nigga. I'ma get the Dipset one, the pink
But you
Dipset
know,
one.
Mike's pretty open about his career and everything else.
I
I
like
ain't
that.
talking about you, Mike.
See
when
that
I
pink
asked
Dipset
this.
one that he had on?
But the last
That was
time,
nice,
and I'm not talking, like I said, I'm being clear, I'm not talking about Mike Irvin. But the last time Dallas won, a lot
He's
of
the first
numbers
one to
was
wear
on
pink.
cocaine. Should we get cocaine
The
back
first
in
nigga
the
to wear
locker
pink.
room? I asked this question about a year ago. Pardon me. And that maybe was missing in the Dallas Cowboys locker room. Cocaine. Mike, if you want to chime in on it when you come back, I'll give you a couple of days ahead to let me know how you're feeling about that. But cocaine may be the ingredient missing for a championship for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh gosh, interested to see what his answer will be. Okay, so let's start with this Thursday night football game. This was a good one. The Ravens beat the Bengals 35-34. This is a good game. A lot of explosive plays. Maurice, what did you think of the outcome?
Man, I had a lot to think about it. I'm gonna try to make sure I talk through it slowly. One, the Cincinnati Bengals came to play, and I just remember looking at the first drive, and I think there was two moments where it was like a fourth down that they didn't even send the punt team on the field, and they damn sure didn't send the kicking team on the field, and they came into Baltimore State and like, yo, we came here to win, we didn't come here to compete, and we're not about to make this a shootout. And so they started off, man, and they had the best of intentions, and Joe Burrow was controlling the game. For the entire first quarter, it felt like Lamar was off the field, and these dudes was rocking and rolling. Throughout the first half, though, I said to myself, man, I hate the Bengals ownership. Because when you seen Joe Burrows go out here and ball, and you would say, like, why would you struggle to pay his wide receivers, and why would you struggle to put the pieces around him? Because when they're playing well, they can be in contention of going back to the Super Bowl. It was blowing my mind how these dudes don't see the same thing a fan will see, and I can see how they get mad at their ownership. And then it happened. I think it was one moment at the end of the third quarter, man. The dude basically fucked up and fumbled. Number 30, I forget his name. It just showed that once. Yeah,
Chase Brown.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know his first name, but once Lamar got the daylight or the day of light or got the momentum, man, he basically turned the whole season or turned the whole game around. And in the fourth quarter, they dominated. And I see that the Bengals tried to sneak back in and win the game, but Lamar Jackson and the Ravens were just too much for them balls. And but I don't know, it was a beautiful game. It was fun to watch. But man, if I'm Joe Burrows, I go back to the ownership and says, man, all of my production can't come through Jamar Chase. All of my yards from Joe Burrows can't come through Jamar Chase, and we need more help. And we are a playoff contending, potentially Super Bowl contending team if I had more pieces.
Yeah, that was great. Listen, man. I picked Cincinnati to win this game out of my love for Ohio, man. And It was looking fucking good, man. We was looking good. Niggas was up 21-7. And Mo just brought it up. Chase Brown fumbled, and the momentum just switched for the rest of the game. Me and PT were actually just in the lounge before we started filming. It's kind of like the last game when the Yankees played, and Aaron Judge made that error in the 5th inning, and you just watched the Yankees World Series slip right away before your eyes in the 5th inning. And this is how I felt. You know, it's not that severe of a game like the World Series, but this is kind of how this game went. That kid fumbled. They were down 21-7. I'm talking about the Ravens, that is, for my audience who's confused or what I'm saying, or I'm not keeping up. I'm going a little too fast, but Cincinnati was up 21-7. Chase Brown fumbled on about the 30-yard line, so Baltimore had great field position. And you give Lamar Jackson that field position, he scores. Cincinnati gets the ball back, they don't score. Lamar Jackson gets the ball back, they score, and they tie it up. That builds momentum. Not just that, when they do score, they miss the extra point. So now you're up 21-20, Cincinnati, that is, because the Ravens missed the extra point. What happens? Baltimore gets the ball back again. They score, and they say, you know what? We like that. We going for 2. So that if they do get a touchdown, we'll be back in the 7-point lead, and they get the 2-point conversion. But then, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are in. Niggas playing games, man. First play after that, touchdown, tied up. First play right after the Ravens score, I said, yo, before I continue how the game went, Jamar Chase is nasty, and you're absolutely right, Mo. Y'all niggas is gonna have to pay now, or he's going somewhere else that niggas will pay. I'm telling you that right now. That nigga looked amazing last night. 264 yards, amazing catches. That last touchdown that he scored, and then he got his 2 feet in. Yo, amazing. Jamar Chase, kudos, nigga. Kudos. Charge them niggas. You should charge them niggas. But the point being is, man, they fucked that game up. Because at the end of the game, listen, and I say it's gutsy, look, at the end of the game, you go down, and you score a touchdown with less than 2 minutes left. They leave 30 seconds on the clock, and then I say to myself, yo, they going for 2? They putting their season on the line right now. If they going for 2, they are absolutely putting their season on the line right now. I'm with it. I'm with all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely with all that. And they couldn't complete the 2-point conversion. Now, was it penalties at the end of on that play? Absolutely. There was a bunch of penalties on that play. But the ref don't call it. The people upstairs don't call it. It is what it is. I think that the coaching staff said, this is where we're going to see if we're going to make it to the playoffs this year. This is what we're going to see. And they didn't get it, and I feel bad for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase for that matter, because they definitely did what they had to do. But once Chase Brown fumbled, you gave the Ravens the game.
Yeah. And then I just want to add, I actually just feel bad for the Bengals. They've just been having a lot going on. It feels like they're always one play short. But right now, the Bengals are 4-6. Their 4 wins this season are against the 2-7 Panthers, 2-7 Giants, 2-7 Browns, and 2-7 Raiders. So, Maurice, how do you think the energy is with the Bengals in their locker room, their team? Like, how do you even think they're feeling right now, just with all these losses, really?
No, you have to be conflicted. So you can go back and, like they say, the eye of the sky doesn't lie. And if you look at the film, they played a great game, right? And you played it against a great team on their home field. So you're saying to yourself that when we actually commit to playing good football against a great team, against someone within our division, we play great football. So, like, you become conflicted. Then you say, but you also say, like, you can't fumble and give momentum away to somebody like Lamar Jackson. And I just see how Lamar Jackson, like, he's a Wile E. Coyote. Like, my man gets the ball, and once he breaks containment, like, the defensive backs, no matter who they are, and no matter how bad his arm is, he creates the angles to – everybody see, like, just the crazy throws that he has. They're not like your traditional drop-back quarterbacks, perfect form throws, but it's like you're playing, like, rec football out in the front yard on the playground. Like he does that at the NFL level. And so I can see how they can get frustrated from that when he gets those plays off and so on and so forth. But as the Bengals have a lot to be happy about. But I'm telling you right now, I was watching the game, and the only people that I got mad at was the ownership. Because I said, if you have Joe Burrows, who's a generational talent, and quarterbacks are that hard to find, and if you have Jamar Chase, and at the beginning of the season, when niggas should be talking about getting ready for the season, this nigga arguing about his contract. And you talk about T. Higgins, and niggas arguing about their contracts. Like, we shouldn't even be in a situation, like, worried about that stupid shit. We should be preparing for the season, but you have all these variations and people not getting reps because niggas sitting out and all this dumbass shit. And so I just got mad at their ownership because it's more ownership surrounding these dudes with the right pieces, and they shouldn't be in the situation. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Not just that, there's absolutely right, but they gotta get other people besides Jamar Chase and besides Joe Burrow. Excuse me. Offensive line sucks, and it's been sucked since Joe Burrow been there. Joe Burrow been hurt several times since he's been with the Bengals. It's only been 3 years. Maybe this is 4th year now. It's been more than 4 or 3 years.
Yeah.
He's been injured half his career fucking with that offensive line. And then let's think about the run game. We sit here looking at the team with total rushing yards, 49 rushing yards. Joe Burrow had 428 yards passing, bro. He threw the ball 56 times. So you got Joe Burrow throwing the ball 56 times. Now, 426 yards sound delicious, pause if you're a quarterback, like I killed him. But we got to establish a run game if you're Cincinnati. 49 yards is just pathetic. Derrick Henry had more yards by himself. Derrick Henry, well, he had 68 yards, which is not a lot for Derrick Henry. And by the way, Derrick Henry has scored a touchdown every game so far this season. But, and shout out to him. But this was an absolute great game for both quarterbacks. Both 4 quarterbacks, this is the only time they were saying this year that head on, there's 8+ touchdowns for each quarterback. So, Jamar Chase, Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdowns, Joe Burrow, 4 touchdowns, and they both threw 4 or more touchdowns last time they met each other. Sensational game by both quarterbacks, man. A shout out to the Ravens.
Yeah. And then May's glad to have you. How you feeling today?
Great. I was thinking about this 231 in the 4th. What's up, Mo? What's up, killers? 231 in the 4th quarter is just way too much to win a game. If you allow a team to get 231 extra yards in the 4th quarter, this is just, like Killer said, the word is pathetic. That's uncalled for. I don't know what to say. But the 428 was pause. That was special.
Yeah. And then just a follow-up question. Basically what we were just discussing too is like, so the Bengals have another loss. Their 4 wins were to teams who are 2-7. How do you think the energy is for them in their locker room just with all these losses?
They know this is going to be a short season. I think they kind of figured that out by now. What they can do is prepare for the next season and create that chemistry. A lot of this was predetermined by the way they went into the season. The season started out shaky. They did nothing to correct it. They rolled the dice, and they aced.
That's that. Words for Mace. You said they got to start looking to their season next year.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't win this time, but you can start using that momentum towards next year. Yeah. I think that would be the best thing to do. So that way you don't just start losing more games. You could really end this year with a great closing and look forward to next year. I think that's what we would do in Titletown. Yeah. But trying to give some of that Titletown understanding to the other team.
Yeah, because the Bengals definitely need it right now. Okay, moving along, let's talk about Jaden Daniels, but not Jaden Daniels. We're actually going to talk about his mother, who has officially became an agent. So Heather Van Norman served as the business manager for her son early in his career, and now she is a certified agent, so she will help represent her son in contract negotiations. Maurice, do you think this is a good idea? Because this is literally keeping the family close, but in business as well.
Oh, I think it's a phenomenal idea. Obviously, she has to be competent on some level to pass the NFL agent exam, but then, people always look to how can I help the people around me? And typically the people around you don't necessarily have the skill set for what it is that you need for the current moment. And they, in most cases, people don't want to go out and educate themselves to figure out how to assist you with whatever it is you need. But obviously his mother did that. And if she looks at the way he's playing, he'll probably sign one of these, $300 million, $400 million contracts. And I think agents get between, 1% and 3% in the NFL. And I would rather give that to my mother if she was competent and had the ability to do so. And he'll probably be with the Commanders for the rest of his career, for foreseeable career, based on how I think he's starting out. So I think it's phenomenal. But then also to build onto that, I think that we always criticize people for things not working out with their friends. And it's good to have examples so that somebody can say, hey, this is how they did it. This is what they did. So if one day she may be doing a speaking interview or something, maybe she can give guidance to another family member, friend, parent, or somebody who's looking to support their kid who's in the professional ranks.
Yeah, I think this is a good idea when it starts, but it can grow into a horrible idea because how do you fire your mother if you have to? Like that would have to be crazy. Like,
Easy.
Mom, we gotta talk.
You're fired. You were hired.
I mean,
now
this
you're fired.
is something you don't even fathom, but when you're doing business, I mean, this is one of those
All in the water.
People say don't put family and
All
business
in the water.
together or things like that. Have you ever heard of that, Stat?
Heard of that?
Family business together?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say don't work with people that you gotta direct.
I want
People
to
don't
know.
take it. People don't take it lightly.
Yeah. They say, well, it's not in our generation. They used to say, it's just business. It's nothing personal, but it's nothing more personal than business because the money that you use from business takes care of your personal life.
That's
Correct.
yeah.
You go read.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's
But it's
tough
just
if
smoke a
things
cigarette.
don't go right. It's hard to find a parent, but hopefully things will go right. It's a bunch of parents, just agents or
Or do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
managers or trainers, and
But cigarette
sometimes
repellent
they gotta
is
get
creeping
fired.
out plastic.
It's just the way it is. But I know, like Mo just said, his contract's gonna be exceptional. So even if he keeps her the first time around and has to get rid of her, her PC should be enough for her to say, okay, don't say I didn't look out. You got your set off the PC that you're going to get off $300 million. So it could be potentially bad, it could long run. But if it's not, listen, man, it's really about the skill set because nobody's going to fight harder than your mother. But it's also about the knowledge. Do you know what you're talking about? You can just be in there saying anything and things may not be legally correct or things that are just impossible to achieve. And I really don't know. I'm probably more from taking them in. I'm sitting here just thinking about who would I put in that situation and that I love. And I can't really think of anybody because Mace made a great point. The road may get rocky, and it's me. And when it comes to me, I know what's best for me. And maybe because I've been doing this so long. Maybe if I was 22 or 23 or 24, like Jaden is, then I may be thinking, yeah, my mom know what the fuck she's doing. But I'm older, and I know what I'm doing. So I don't know. I don't know.
And there's a lot of blind spots to the mom being the manager or the agent because if she goes in there and somebody says the wrong thing to your mother, that even brings out a different you because they're now disrespecting your mother. It's not taken the same way when it's somebody else or it's just Chad or Jack from Illinois somewhere. He said, what did my mother? Word. Yeah, I can't believe he talked to me like that. He was rude. You will hear it a different way because it's your mother. And also, it's just so many blind spots that come with the mother doing the job. But I would say there's no love like a mother's love. So that makes her the most delusional when it comes to you as well. Because she's not going to really see it 100%
for
the
what it
right
is.
way just because of being a mom. I'm not saying 100% of the time,
She
but
thinks she's my wife, bro.
that can be a blind spot.
She thinks she's my wife,
Say
bro.
every mother is like that.
And this is, I mean, Odell Beckham Jr. mother is his agent. So it isn't like the first time this is happening. I don't know how that worked out for him, but we'll see. Go ahead, Mom. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, when I made the question or when I seen that, and obviously we all do the show together, like my natural thought came was that have you all ever had somebody who wasn't necessarily qualified to try to play a role in y'all's life? You know what I mean? That was the second half of the question that Stat didn't ask, and I said, you know, she may not be qualified, and we always talk about we look for opportunity, and oftentimes we don't understand what it takes to make the opportunity.
Hey, please roll me a cigarette.
But I can imagine with y'all being successful that y'all have, that y'all had people come in and basically, you know, try to play roles or try to help out or try to do more than what they thought that they could do or didn't have the skill set for. And I was just wondering, like, how did y'all handle that? And y'all got to get too specific or particular, but I think, like, this is sort of like a similar situation, being that if you're a woman, you may not get the most elite clients. And I'm giving my mother an opportunity that she probably couldn't go out to the marketplace and get. And if you have a friend who's a huge music star, this may be an opportunity I don't get. But how do you navigate that with be it friends, family, opportunity? And hopefully I'm making sense of what I'm talking about.
It make sense.
Second half of the question.
Well, listen, me personally, I'd give a lot of people who's not qualified opportunities to give them time to grow to see if they can do the job eventually. And if they can't do the job eventually, then I gave you enough time to see if you can figure it out. This just isn't for you. But look, Kendall Jenner, genius, Brandy mother. It's mothers who's qualified and know what the fuck they doing and can get their kids the money. So it ain't like it's a bunch of mothers that don't know what they're doing. There's mothers out there who get that chicken and bring other clients in as well because they see what they're doing for their kids. So it isn't like people don't want to fuck with certain mothers, but if you prove that you know what you're doing, you'll get other clients. But me personally, I give you opportunity. I give a lot of people opportunity that don't know what the fuck they're doing. If they don't pick up on it and learn from it, then I got to get somebody who's qualified to do the job.
That was a really good take, because those were some good mothers. Even I remember we was talking about Lamar Jackson's mom doing the same thing and securing a very great deal. And I would say at this point, and from my vantage point, I don't think it's wise to do that, but you know, to each his own. I think I'm not a firm believer of letting people learn with my life, but I understand that concept. I definitely understand that concept. I used to always do that, and then it put me in so many bad situations, so I don't let people learn with my life no more.
Okay. Now let's discuss basketball. So on Wednesday, the Lakers lost to the Grizzlies 131-114. Ja Morant and LeBron had a lot of banter back and forth throughout the game. Ja hit the too small. LeBron hit it too. Then later, Ja got a tech for bumping it.
Fucking hell. Cam, Mace, both of you double managers. Manage me properly, bro. Give me what I need. What I deserve. What I need to make the team win. You know what I need to make the team win. Need hella like endless amounts of light that will never run out. I don't need to be going up and down to get 6, 8, whatever. I need just like loads of it. Need that whole rock, bro. Real nigga shit, bro.